Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We'll call the Capital Outlay meeting to order, 2019. Would you, well, I guess go ahead and call roll. I see several empty chairs.
Ms. Richards?
Present.
Mr. Toler?
Here.
Ms. Abrams?
Here.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Present.
Mr. Duncan? Mr. Bush? Mr. Moore? Ms. Simmons?
Here.
Ms. Dominguez?
Present. Okay, great. First item on the agenda, Mr. Snoddelbach.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Go
The
ahead.
first item, consider approval of the low quote from Ashore Construction to install a new asphalt shingle roof on Champ Cooper Elementary School's cafeteria in the amount of $39,300.86. We had three quotes, and Ashore was the low quote.
Okay, entertain a motion for that.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Simmons, a second by Mr. Toler. Any questions or discussions? They're doing the whole entire building, including all the little extra wings off, the whole thing?
Of the cafeteria,
Uh-huh.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
And that's from the roofing fund?
That's going to come from the roofing fund.
Any objection? Okay, so ordered, thank you. Our next
you, Ms. Chair.
item,
Item 1B, consider approval of the low quote from Ashore Construction to install a new asphalt shingle roof on Independent High Magnet School's band room, football stadium visitor side restroom, and concession stand buildings in the amount of $47,687.95.
okay, I'd like to entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ms. Simmons. Second.
Second.
Ms. Janice. Okay, we have, I'm going to do board discussion first, and then any questions from the board?
I do have a question
Okay.
on this. This is my district. The bathrooms that we're putting a roof on, those bathrooms were built like in the 50s. Should we be putting more money into that and maybe,
I'm going to defer that to Mr. Cavetto on that.
all right, those bathrooms are just, they've been dilapidated since I went to school there. I just think we're putting more money into something that's really not worth it.
Ma'am, we need to put the money in those restrooms. Those restrooms are not as bad as you say with that situation there. Of course, they're not the newest and the best, but it's very important to have restrooms on each side. We don't always have that, everywhere. And so I would not put money into something that would go bad. It's something that is definitely needed, and we're going to deal with some, roof sheathing and regular shingles and such. But it is an investment, and I believe it is a prudent investment for us at that school.
Okay.
Ms. Abrams, we'll look at the condition of the bathrooms, if there's something we
Yeah,
can do.
they
to
were in
make
bad
them
shape
improvement.
when I went to school there back in the
Yes.
80s.
Yeah, we'll look at it.
Okay, we have a public input from Mr. John Polito.
Thank you, Mr. Dominguez. For the record, John Polito, 15496 Tracy Lane, Independent. Ms. Abrams kind of covered it, but I know they done some work several years back on those bathrooms, but I agree with Ms. Abrams. Look like we keep putting money in these old buildings when we could probably tore them down. Last time they put money in them and saved money. But my biggest concern is the concession stand on the visitor side. I don't know who built that, but it wasn't built to specification. I don't know if Band Boosters built that, but it has a flat roof, and you're going to replace the roof. But the blocks are cracked, it needs painting, and there's some work on, the inside is not up to par, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even think that went before the fire marshal to get approval. But I have to agree with Ms. Abrams on putting money in these buildings, especially that concession stand. But of course, that's up to the board, whatever decision they want to make. Thank you.
Mr. Snoddelbach, did you want to say anything more on it?
I do have a motion on the floor, and y'all discussing it. If y'all want to move forward with the project, if y'all want to table the project, certainly it's up to y'all's decision. But
Do we have a breakdown on which, I know this is all piled in together, but talking about the band room, restrooms, concession stand?
yeah, we do have a breakdown. I'm looking at the detailed quote The concession stand restroom quote, now keep in mind the total quote, low quote was $47,687. $10,323.53 is with the concession stand and restrooms. The band room is $23,176.76. And the gym, work at the gym is $14,187.66. So that's how they came up with the total of the
So
$47,687.95.
the bulk of that work is the band room and the gym.
Correct.
So the restrooms and the concession stand are all together under one roof?
No, it's two separate, together in one job.
It's the band room, the concession stand is away from the two restrooms. The restrooms are behind the bleachers.
But the vendor quoted the two together under one quote.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
I had a question. So you're referring to the concession stand bathroom, that's not right, Ms. Abrams?
No, that's not.
Which one?
The bathroom is standalone by itself behind the concession, behind the bleachers.
But, I mean, it's the bathroom that's behind the concession stand?
No,
Oh.
they're behind the bleachers. They're nowhere near one another,
All right, visitor?
visitor side.
Do we have to have a concession stand on the visitor side? Not that we discriminate against them, we do.
Who runs the concession stand on the visitor side now?
It was open last year, I don't,
Because it used to be the band, but we don't have a band right now.
but they do use it.
I know they use it, but I didn't know what organization ran it.
Any other comments or questions from the board? Okay, then I guess I'm just going to ask if we have any objections.
Now, I object.
Hearing no objections, so
I-
ordered.
I object to
You
spending that
object?
money on those
Okay,
bathrooms.
Ms. Simmons, Ms. Jenkins, would you note that she's voted no? Okay, on to the next one.
Thank you, Ms. Chairman. Item
Well,
1C.
one more question. So she's objecting to that particular bathroom area there, the roof for that area? Okay.
Well, but it's wrapped up in one
It's
vote.
all big one thing, so you're objecting to the, okay. All right.
Mr. Chairman, item 1C, consider approval of the low quote from Carpet Showcase, Inc. to install carpet in Kentwood High Magnet School's Family and Consumer Science classroom in the amount of $2,588.37.
So move.
All right, thank you, Mr. Toller. We have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Janice. Any discussion? Any objections?
You
Okay,
have a timeline on when they can have that done?
We're trying to get that done before the start of school. Yes, sir.
before school?
Item-
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No objections?
No objections?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item 1D, consider approval of the low quote from Carpet Showcase, Inc. to remove the old carpet and tile and install new carpet and tile flooring in Amite High School's band room in the amount of $7,758.35.
Okay, opening for a motion.
Motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Westmoreland,
Second.
second by Ms. Simmons. Any explanation needed? Any objection?
you,
Okay,
Ms.
so
Chairman.
ordered.
Item 1E, consider approval of the low quote from Carpet Showcase, Inc. to remove the old carpet and install new Shaw carpet squares in the Special Service Center first floor in the amount of $22,915.69.
I'll entertain a motion to approve this carpet in the service center.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Janice. We have a second.
Second.
Robin Abrams. Any questions on this?
Is that part of the renovations?
This is going to be the first floor over the Special Service Center. It's our intention to eventually move the registration center to that first floor. It's currently being housed at Hammond Junior High. The condition at Hammond Junior High is deplorable and needs to be upgraded.
Any other questions? Any objection to the motion? Okay, so ordered. How long do you think that will take?
That will be after the start of the school year. It will not be done,
Okay.
completed before school year. The carpet may be done, but we still have to, the registration center's busiest time is going to be this time. It wouldn't be a good time to facilitate a move.
Okay, thank you, that's good. Okay, item F.
Consider approval to seek quotes to perform drainage improvements at Laranja High School campus. Again, we're just asking for permission to go out and obtain quotes to do some improvement.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Toller, second by Ms. Simmons. Any questions?
Obviously, we're keeping in mind the field house and where
Yes,
it would
sir.
be in the future plans.
Yes, sir.
Any objections? Okay, so ordered.
Item 1G, consider approval to seek quotes to perform drainage improvements to the north area of Woodland Park Magnet School campus. Again, just seeking permission to obtain quotes to do some drainage improvements at Woodland Park. This would be around the bus area and the cafeteria area where we have serious water storage on heavy rain days.
Okay, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Very good, Ms. Simmons, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Ms. Janice, we have a second. Any questions on this? Any objection? Okay, so ordered on that one. H.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 1H, consider approval of the low quote from WH Ward LLC to construct an additional classroom, additional canopy, and drainage improvements at Hammond Eastside Magnet School in the amount of $94,450.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Ms. Simmons. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Westmoreland has a second. Any questions?
I have a question. An additional classroom, was that brick and mortar, or is that a,
This is going to be a brick and mortar classroom. We're going to actually enclose the portiche on the southeast corner of the campus, and we'll make a classroom there. We'll add some canopies to link that to the
main building?
modular buildings. No, it's going to be under the main building, so it'll be kind of tied into that.
Oh, okay,
And there'll be some sidewalk improvements and such.
okay.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last time
Yes.
and got some diagrams. Okay, we had a motion and a second. Do we have any other questions? Any other discussion? Any objection? Okay, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all I have.
Thank you very much.
I had something to ask about something else, Ms. Rose.
Okay, Ms. Simmons? Sure.
I talked to you not long ago, Brett, about the stop sign situation at the Laranja.
Crosswalk.
Yeah, have you got any new information on the
Kevin,
cross?
I'm going to have to ask Kevin, because Kevin's been on a email basis with the engineers. He may have more information.
Ms. Simmons, if I have more information, I gotta get back from the lady that we deal with, who we contracted with, handle DOTD. So, right now, the project is dealing with DOTD and DOTD's engineers, and the company that we deal with, Diane Hammonds, with Same Associates. So, right now, we should be, I got another call coming at the end of the week to find out exactly where we are with the project. But it has been very slow on staying and trying to get some movement. But we are, the company that we hired is trying to finalize the engineering plan.
They have not done that? Have we called them and checked on things? I mean, it's been, what, a year and a half? Yeah. That's a long time.
On our process,
But you have called them and talked to them? And they just kind of not doing it?
it's been a cat and mouse game as we go along.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Bradley.
DOTD and back and forth.
Okay.
So we deal with state highway. But it is staying with the proper process.
You think maybe we could just call them more often? You know, that's what I have to do to people when I want to get things done. Yeah. Okay.
While we're talking about the State Department, Mr. Corvetto, it took us about 2 years to get those flashing lights at Hammond High and Champ Cooper on the main highway too, that flashed to let them know how fast they were going. But half the time they don't work. So we can make sure those work before school starts.
Those lights attended to Mr. Dominguez. I have a ex-St. Tammany Parish employee, Gerald Steele Stricker, the sign. I subcontracted out to him, and he had gone through the sign several times. And actually, what we had is damage.
Oh, gosh.
There are people that go through the signs and damage the signs. And solar power system, and everything else that's going on. But I do have a contractor, and that I hired to specifically deal with those signs. There's 2 on Water Road, 2 of them on Highway 190, and also 2 on Champoop in front of Champoop. But one of the problems I've had has been things with those signs.
Yeah.
And,
I've never seen it.
we're about to check those signs on the water before.
Oh, yeah.
Signs are currently not flashing because it's a time alarm for
Yeah.
the summer, and they haven't been updated for the school year, so I haven't, the time clocks haven't been the new school year again.
Perfect,
But we have a lot of issues with this.
yeah.
If we were able to go back with new signage, I would advise against the solar powered signs and go with part electric signs.
Well, it does slow people down. You know, it will help, you know, if they're working when school starts, that would be awesome. Anything else to come before capital outlay for Mr. Snodderbuck? Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Mr.
Motion
Mayor.
adjourned.